Hi everybody, it's Mena. Welcome back to my channel, or if this is the very first video that you're seeing of me, then welcome to my channel. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already. I post every day of the week for a while. And today in this video, I'm going to make a video and dedicate it to my mom. Hi mom, I love you. I hope you're watching this. And this video is going to be called the top 10 reasons why I love my mom. And I apologize for my hair, it's still kind of wet. I was going to wait for it to dry, but honestly, I just wanted to get this video done and up so we could, so I could get this up so she could see it, and I'm really excited for her to see this. And I'm gonna get started. So these are all the reasons why I love my mom, and I came up with this idea for a special gift for her, and I thought this would be a good video. Hi mom, I love you. I hope you're watching this, and I thought this would be a great Mother's Day video for her. So I'm gonna get started. And if you guys have any reasons why you love your mom, please let me know down in the comments below, because then that would make them make a special Mother's Day notification on them. It would be fun to hear what reasons why everyone loves their moms. So I'm gonna get started. So number one on my list is that she's funny. Now that's one reason why I love my mom, is she's so funny. She makes anybody laugh. Like, she'll make tons of people laugh. Like when I was going through chemo, she would make all of the nurses laugh whenever we'd go walking through the hospital halls, and we'd take little laps around the hospital halls. She would always make the nurses crack up by making them jokes, thinking we'd be chasing them or we'd be racing them. It's really funny. Another thing I love is like how she always makes just random jokes to a bunch of people and her friends as well. Well, and I think that's really cool, and they always crack up at her jokes. Number two on my list is she's very supportive. The reason why I think my mom is very supportive is she always tells us we can put our minds to it and everything. Like, for instance, whenever I find a new knitting project and stuff, she always tells me, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. And another thing is, like, when I'm trying something new, she goes, you can do this. Come on, think in your head, you can do this, blah, 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 blah. I know you can do this. Or when I'm having a hard time with something that I'm trying to find, she goes, come on, you can do this. I know you can do this. So she's super supportive and stuff. Is like, she tells us we can do things that we put our minds to and stuff, and I really like that. Sorry. Number three on my list is that she always makes the best of a bad situation. Like when I went through chemo, like when I started going through chemo, she always like looked for ways to help me go through chemo. Like, for instance, she would like go with me to rent movies, and we watch movies together and stuff, and that really distracted me from going through chemo. And then she'd take me for walks around the hospital hall that I was in, like the floor I was on. We'd go for walks around the floor and stuff. And then another thing is that we'd also do she'd also the fact that I want to try new stitch patterns in knitting and stuff, and she says, I know you can do this. You know how to do this, blah, 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 blah. You can do it. Oh yeah, sorry, that was supportive. Wrong thing. I'm sorry. 1 second. Sorry about that. I had a mess up because I forgot which one I was on. Yeah, and she always like helps me. Like whenever I'm having a problem, explains to me how I could solve that problem and blah, 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 blah. And it's really helpful to me, and I really love that about her. Number four on my list would have to be she teaches me right from wrong. So my mom always taught me really well manners, and she always taught me very good things. Like to be helpful to people, like know when people really need help, or if they're just doing it to take advantage of you and stuff, blah, 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 blah. She taught me like also to be aware of what you say around other people, blah, 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 blah. Like, she taught me really well manners around people, and she taught me how to be... Oh, excuse me 1 second. Sorry, my mom's water was whistling, so I had to run downstairs, and that's what that sound was. Sorry. Yeah, so she teaches me right from wrong. Like one time when I was a kid, I was in a store with her, and she bought me some candy, and I didn't want to lose it, so I went to stick it in my pocket, and she told me not to stick it in my pocket because she was worried people were going to think I was stealing it. Because that's what I hear a lot of people do is when they go into stores, they stick like things in their pockets, and I understand, so some people will do it so they won't lose them, but it's not really good to actually do it in a store because people will get confused and think you're stealing even if you pay for it. So that's a good tip, is when you're in a store, stick it in a grocery bag that you buy at the store rather than in your pocket or in your purse, because people will actually think you're really stealing. Number 5 is she's always there to help me whenever I need it. So my mom has always been there to help me, like through like the hard times when I went through chemo, or if I'm having a problem with my friend, or if I am just going through a hard time and stuff and I'm stressed out. She always helps me and stuff, and she helps me to relax. She helps me to do this, get my mind off stuff. So she helps me with my stress, and to make sure I take a break whenever I need it and stuff. And it's really great, and that's what I love about her. She, like, for example, one time I was at work and I got really overwhelmed, and she and my boss both made me sit down and so I could calm down for a little bit. Number 6 on my list is that she's a good person. One thing I love about my mom is like she's always a good person. She always helps people who need it, and she always makes sure they're okay. She always takes care of people and stuff, and I think that's really awesome about her. Like, for instance, for her birthday, she asked me to knit all these homeless people she knew some hats, which I thought was really sweet. And I really enjoyed that because I loved how my knitting went to good use for people who really needed it. And I thought that was really cool. And yeah, that's a good tip. Also, if you guys knit and you know some homeless people who need something warm, knit them some hats or scarves, because then you can give them something warm and it makes you feel really good. I know it definitely made me feel really good. Good to help those people. And then she also had me make them cookies, and she gave them some cookies, which I thought was really cool. Number 7 on my list would have to be she's a great teacher. So my mom is an amazing teacher. If you didn't see her YouTube channel, I'll link it down below. It's at-home virtual classroom she's doing. I think it's really cool. And she's teaching the kids from like YouTube and from Zoom. And it's really cool because the kids all get to to learn online. And I think that's really awesome that they're all learning online. They didn't do this when I was a kid. I wish I did this when I was a kid, except we didn't have pandemics when I was a kid. I wish they did this when I was a kid, because I think it's really cool how she can teach from home, and then all her students just love her, and they're always so excited to see her, and I think that's really awesome about her. And she definitely taught me when I went through chemo. She homeschooled me when I went through chemo. So when she homeschooled me when I went through chemo, we just did one subject at a time, so then I wouldn't get too overwhelmed and stuff, which was a good thing, because I do easily get overwhelmed if I have a lot of homework. Number 8 on my list would have to be she raised me well. Yeah, my mom definitely raised me really well. She raised me to be kind, caring, compassionate, and she also raised me with really great manners too. And stuff, and she just helps me and whenever I need it and stuff, and she raised me to be polite, do this, do that. She raised me really well to help people, and she also raised me well to be caring of people. Number 9 on my list would have to be she's helpful. My mom is always very helpful. Like, she comes up with clever things, like for my knitting. Like for my knitting business, she came up with the clever name Knitwit, because I knit. And I thought that was pretty cool. And she also helps me with like new ideas for knitting, how I can sell my knitting and stuff. She also helps me like with my problems. Whenever I have a problem, I go to her and she knows how to solve the problem really well and stuff. So yeah, that's like, and also she would help me with homework because she was really good at helping me with homework. And she also like helped me when I went through chemo, which I thought was awesome because she thought of like good techniques to help me through chemo. Number 10 on my list is that we're always there for each other to help. So sometimes through the whenever I have hard times, okay, so sorry. Sometimes whenever I have hard times, like my mom is always there to help me and stuff, and I really love that about her because she knows how to help me whenever I'm having a situation with somebody and stuff, and she tells me how I can solve that situation and blah 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 blah. And I really love that about her and stuff. And I'm also there to help her, which I really love. Like for instance, I'll go to her classroom and help her clean it, or I'll stay and help the kids with homework, or I help correct the papers with her, which is actually one of my favorite things to do. I don't know why, it's just like really fun to do because I like to see how well the kids do. And a lot of the kids she's had over the years did really well with like their spelling and stuff. Sadly, some of them didn't really know how to spell really easy words. It's just because they didn't really speak English at home, so it was a little bit hard, but a lot of them were really smart kids and stuff, and I loved correcting all her papers for her, and I don't know why, it was just so fun to help her correct papers, and it made it really awesome just to see how well the kids would do, and a lot of them did pretty well. Okay, and she taught them really well. Okay, so those are my top 10 reasons why I love my mom. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I post every day of the week for a while, and I'll see you in another video soon. Bye. I'm sorry this video is so long. Bye.